light's reflections. Screen flickers tales of crime and affection. Baristas mix caffeine with tales of deception. Lawyers joke and shadows plot their redemption. Case files like popcorn scatter on the floor. Jury's out in line, folks begging for more. Quirky loopholes twist through every door. Paparazzi flash for the courtroom encore. Legal Shenanigans Theater, baby, where justice lasts. Crime and humor dance, baby, a curious path. Grab your ticket, honey, let the gavel smash. In the flood of laughter, see the road splash. Scoundrels with a smile, defense on their lips.
Howdy, everyone. I hope you are having a good weekend. It feels good to be back and having a mic that works.
We hope you're having a good weekend until now.
Until now. There is... Okay, this is just a what in the Walmart Rapture case. This is the case of Kathy Coy. Kathy Coy is the woman that you see right there with the medical bracelet on. That'll be important later. Miss Coy, it's been a pretty eventful day for her. She, according to herself, had a baby on the side of the road, was able to get to her friend's house, and they bundled her and brand new baby boy up and, took her to the hospital, only to find out that while the baby's placenta was attached, so was a uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries.
Extra ones.
So, yeah, not Kathy's. Turns out that Kathy had befriended a woman named, why am I blanking on her name? Jamie Stice. So a 21-year-old who was in not a very great place in her life, living with her mom, kind of struggling financially. So Kathy Coy met her on Facebook, and she's like, I work with a program, to help young mothers with, lack of funds, lack of resources. And, I am willing to help you find housing and different things to help.
4:30 a.m.
Oh, sorry. To help with all that kind of stuff. And Jamie was really, really excited. And she was ready to have her baby. She was about 36 weeks pregnant. So for those of you not as expert in pregnancy, that's pretty much full term. So anything after 37 weeks, you are considered full term. And, it became apparent to the doctors, and that's why she's being interrogated by the police, that this woman did not have that baby. And they needed to find, whoever's fallopian tubes were, right there. Yep. So now, if that isn't crazy enough, Kathy is also hard of hearing. She was born partially deaf, but she's also going to claim that she has multiple personalities. And she gets a little foul-mouthed and ridiculous. Not to mention, y'all, there is no preparing you for this one. Get on your boots.
Yeah, and if you are at all queasy, this may not be the one for you.
JKD Buck, you're welcome. I'm glad you were heavily involved, at least at the first part. Congratulations.
The best part.
Then you just have to deal with a cranky, nauseous, hormonal woman for 40 weeks. Seems like a terrible choice on your part.
I mean, technically, if you add all the weeks up out of the year, you can get close. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, as a person who has dealt with hormones once or twice, probably true for your safety. But we're just going to kind of fall into this one. This is from Ewu. It is. I have skipped forward a good 6 minutes because they did work hard to do kind of some background information. So let them have that if you want to check out the full thing, because we're probably not going to get through the entire thing today. Uh,
Yeah.
because this shit is just crazy.
That might be the understatement of the year.
Yes. So
And we're
basically, unfortunately, this is a tragic story where a woman wanted so deeply to be pregnant and stole another woman's baby. But the baby did survive and does survive and seems to be thriving according to all the reporting that we have access to. So that's at least good.
yes.
And this crazy ass chick is in jail, hopefully being kept away from Doritos and people.
And especially
No, she,
pregnant inmates.
yes, crazy. So without further ado, let's get going.
According to Kathy, close to 10 a.m., she left to meet up with Jeannie, Jamie's mother. She then claimed her plans were interrupted when she felt contractions. Before she knew it, she was in full-blown labor.
No, please bold and underline full-blown labor. It does deserve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So it is just insanity. This is wild.
Yeah. And yes, it's the Transformers guy.
Yes.
No, if you guys have not checked out Ewu, you definitely should. Yeah, they put up a lot of interrogation style stuff, and they do background kind of dives into stuff.
Yeah,
they're really good at storytelling. It's good.
well, that and they get a little bit more of the serious side. So they have, licensed therapists and hostage negotiators, watch the interrogations. Whereas we have licensed snark masters and, sarcasm experts
I mean,
watch every interrogation.
I will say I could be a hostage negotiator. I mean, you may not get back what you took, but I'll negotiate.
I've had toddlers before. I don't negotiate. We go in there Rambo, first blood style.
Exactly. It's like there's a solution to this problem.
Rambo, Reagan, and parents with toddlers. We all know the same thing.
Yeah.
You do not negotiate with terrorists.
Yes, no matter their age.
No. Hey, if you've ever been on the other end of the, a recalcitrant 4-year-old who is pissed off at the world because the blue cup is in the dishwasher, and you have had to deal with that,
I can't say
it changes
that I
you.
I can't say that I have.
Well, I can tell you as a first-time mom, it's like, oh my gosh, she's holding her breath. What's going to happen? And then as a 6th-time parent, you're like, you won't. You'll pass out before you die.
It's like night. It's like good, a nap will be good for you anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I know the 1800s weren't like the easiest time for America or, well, humanity, but maybe parental access to chloroform is something we should bring back. I'm just throwing it out there for a friend. I could have my own parenting influence channel.
Yeah. Or like morphine and heroin. Medical, of course.
I mean, let's bring back original Coke while we're at it.
With the coca.
Mama Mo's old time pharmacy and soda shop.
Yeah.
Purple drink? No, that's called Dimitab, sweetie. But same difference.
Oh god, yeah. I was like, Dimitab. Like, I haven't heard of that in forever.
I can't taste anything grape without thinking Dimetapp first. I don't know what that says about my childhood and well, my childhood really. So,
Well, I think I mentioned that about like orange sherbet. Like I had to have medicine that was put into orange sherbet to get me to take it. And like I can't eat
oh
orange
yeah.
sherbet now. Like it's medicine now. Like it will forever be. And that was like 40 years ago.
Oh yeah. It's funny the things that stick with me because now every time I smell something grape, I'm like, that that smells like Dimetapp, circa 1996. Rare year for the Dimetapp vintage.
It was the vintage. The 96 vintage was the vintage to get.
Yes.
Kathy tells authorities she then delivered Caden in an empty restaurant parking lot before rushing to her friend Shelley's house for
I hope
help.
it was a Bob's Big
Shelley
Boy.
also spoke to police, and she would turn out
Please tell me it was a Jimmy John's with 5 minutes to deliver, or it's free.
Or was it the Domino's 30 minutes or less?
Yes, but let me tell you how, having given birth several times, no, no, you don't just like, drop a kid on the side of the road, then, you know, run over to your friend's house. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah. Yeah,
I-
I mean, as someone who has not given birth, like I can imagine that that's not you just don't go like hang out with the girls afterwards. Like I don't think that's what happens. Um,
Not to mention, you can't really drive. So, as a person who has been through transition into full on, like crowning the babies popping out labor, your world focuses down to just the like breathing, pushing, that kind of thing. In fact, that's why they recommend you have someone kind of you can have on call in the last couple weeks of your pregnancy because they really don't want you trying to drive with a contraction.
I mean that would make sense.
So, while it is possible, while you have had people that will deliver on the freeway or that kind of thing, typically it kind of focuses you down. I've not having been through transition a couple of time, it it kind of narrows down your world to just what is going on with you and the Easter Bunny, John Lennon, and Elvis could be in the room and you wouldn't really care at that point.
I mean,
But she was
yeah.
able to just get, she got a order of curly fries, all that kind of thing, then drove to her friend's house.
I
to be an
mean,
important
all that
witness
work.
for the
All that work, she worked up an appetite.
Yes.
Side, was, rubbing him, trying to get him breathing.
But Shelley's story differs from Kathy's in one curious way.
She was telling the nurses at the hospital that I found out when I got to the hospital that I helped deliver that baby. I said, no, ma'am. I took her nurse out in the hallway and I said, I want to set the story straight.
Okay, I am so sorry. It's the accent that kills me. Like, no, ma'am,
Yeah.
you will not be telling no falsehoods on me. Like, just
Yep. Yep. That definitely Southern.
and the
Definitely
Fiskers, the Fiskers safety scissors.
Yes, it's
Like, you
that's
too can deliver a child if you have Fisker safety scissors.
yeah. I mean, even though they don't cut paper, I mean, I
No,
suppose.
normal Midwestern, like she of course has.
Of course. Yes. Isn't
I
this
had nothing to do with this.
this was in Arkansas, right?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
So Bowling
Okay.
Green, Kentucky, is where Kathy Coy was sentenced. She got life in prison. Um, Basically, she was able to escape the death
Yeah.
penalty, but she still got uh, life, which after you hear all of the things she's done, pretty
That's,
much.
it's generous.
Yeah, it is really generous that they spared her life.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
No, I didn't.
Delivery of this baby. This baby was born the time she showed up at my house.
The discrepancy would prove very important and beg the
Is
question:
that a Dr.
if Kathy's
Pepper? Do we
delivery
have a
was
Sarah Boone
legitimate,
Dr. Pepper
why fudge the
appearance?
details? Authorities also check in with first responders to see if they noticed anything strange that might point to an
Apropos.
explanation. Despite the chaotic scene upon their arrival, they tell
Why is the
detectives
car
there
seat in
wasn't
the
a sign
trunk?
of anything suspicious. At least, not at first.
What was her demeanor? Did she stand
Along
up, or
with
what was her?
She was sitting
Windex?
down the entire time, like in the floor,
I mean, God
hollering,
keep it
take care of my
clean.
baby, take care of my baby, you know, fixing the pats out.
Yeah, and I mean, there are times like where you can be, oh no, my girlfriend's daughter who has a very, oh no, yeah, yeah, I've been there, only it was toenail clippers, and I tried to fix
Wait.
their bangs. In my defense, it's really their fault.
I mean, technically, you're not wrong, but you're gonna have to explain how somebody cut their hair with toenail clippers.
Well, I don't know. I just know that was the only sharp implement that they had access to. So,
I was gonna say I have a lot of questions. I mean, that takes
and
some
with
good
my
old
children,
redneck
there will be
engineering.
no answers but a funny story.
Well, I think that's the way it is with most kids,
Yes.
but yours especially.
Yes. So this Iwu does go back into the backstory. So Kathy Coy was able to befriend her on Facebook, and it was quite calculated. She was looking for a woman who was pregnant around the same time as her fictional pregnancy, and she was in contact with, I think they'll get into it, but 3 or 4 other women as well, kind of posing as a charity worker who was also pregnant and, could befriend these women. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's no blue sky, but I don't know if that was active then.
I mean, the amount of effort, though, that this woman went to find a specific person, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
she could have just did it the old-fashioned way.
Well, so she will allude to the fact, and they will allude to the fact that she might have been pregnant, but did end up losing the baby. But there is some conjecture as to whether she was ever pregnant, either with a, pregnancy that failed to go to term, or if that was also made up as well.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so this was something that she calculated. I mean, she stole a sonogram picture. This case is from 2012, so it's not a recent case. It's actually a case that I've been wanting to cover for this because it's such an insane interrogation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
It gets interesting.
It does. So this is not recent. As far as the reporting from Iwu, the baby boy did survive and is thriving now. So,
Yeah. That's the
but
happy
let's
ending.
get back into. So this is basically a first responder paramedic, kind of explaining what he saw at the scene when he basically was told a woman had just given birth on the side of the road, and there was a baby that was not doing so well.
Out, she was gagging. She was acting like she was going to throw up. And I think she actually did throw up once. Whenever I come back in with the stretcher, we poured it up there. And when I turned around, she was already standing up, walking toward the stretcher. And she's like, I'm fine.
Okay. I get the ferret cage. I get the dog cage, but the medieval swords next to what can only be, I think, real wood or mossy oak curtains. This is so Kentucky, it's not funny.
I mean,
This could be any house in my town.
I was gonna say like that's pretty southern. I mean, that's the only thing that is missing is like the little kitchen decorations with either apples or ducks. It has to be apples or ducks though. And the
Yeah.
Corel cookware with the little blue flowers on the
Oh, yeah.
side.
Oh. I am betting $10 there is a cement goose out in front that will tell you what season we're in based on what kind of poncho she's wearing.
Yeah.
There is so much going on in this picture. If I am her friend, I am pissed off. A, number one, you roped me into this, but now B, I didn't know that my house needed to be cleaned because you're going to make it a damn crime scene. So everyone gets
Yeah.
to see my ferret, trash everywhere.
Wait, is that a little rascal?
I think it is.
I think it is a little rascal.
It
So
is a howling wolf picture on velvet.
picture this, Mo. She's in the ladies in the little rascal. She whips out one of the medieval swords and they go jousting on the weekends.
After 2 infusions and waking up to find out that the mothership of the aliens was in New Jersey, I don't trust reality anymore.
I mean, it's like I don't really either.
So I'm expecting that to happen Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pregnant woman, she did tell the pregnant woman that she basically could help with housing and possibly supplies and food, clothing, that kind of thing for the baby. So she actually kind of ingratiated herself not only with the pregnant woman, Jamie, but also with the mom. So she was kind of conning both of these women, and no one had any idea that she was faking her pregnancy.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of see this as we go through.
She's in the ambulance. She's making comments or anything.
Yeah, she said the reason why my baby's covered in grass and stuff is because I dropped the baby.
You got a conscience, don't you? Because when I was talking about right and wrong earlier, there's some people that just don't care, and there are other people.
But I do care. You're sitting there saying Jamie's missing now. That's why I'm taking
Now,
so big.
remember? Okay, all right, listen to me. That's my point. You do care. That's why
She
I'm
definitely
comparing
tried out
yourself,
for
right?
deliverance.
So you're gonna help me work through this, right?
But she couldn't hear the
Okay,
dueling
okay.
banjos.
The detective returns to the matter
Yes.
at hand. The last time, Kathy claims she saw Jamie. Kathy is adamant that it was when she picked up Jeannie at her house in order to take her to the Social Security office and drop her off. She claims that she wasn't sure if Jamie was planning on joining them.
You were asking if Jamie was coming with them, or was coming out, or what?
If Jamie would then come out.
And go where? Why were you asking where Jamie was going?
Because Jamie wasn't even where I left with her mama. She was asleep on the couch.
Jeannie told police a very different story.
Was Kathy supposed to come back and pick you up?
She was supposed to come pick me back
Okay,
up. Told me to-
So you are taking a car with many distinguishable, noticeable, like bang up features here.
Scars, if you will.
Yes, and you're thinking people aren't going to notice that? Puddletown, no, it doesn't make you a redneck. Maybe stalking people, pretending you had a baby, and then making up multiple personalities would kind of make you.
wouldn't
I
say
mean, because this is not good hillbilly behavior. I mean, good hillbilly behavior is like, look, we do have purple painted up upon our trees, and we don't want you trespassing, but if we see you in a wreck, we're going to help you out.
Yeah. Like this is more of the, like you mentioned, the deliverance type of hillbilly.
Yeah, this is it has no class. Just
Yeah.
no class. Giving us hillbillies bad names. But she also had all of this information. She didn't, do any computer wizardry as far as, Facebook, create a whole new identity. No, she used her real name. So I don't know how she assumed that no one was going to notice. I mean, she has the same sort of fatal flaw that Tony Todd, Sarah Boone, Stephanie Lazarus, all of them have. Like, no one's going to notice this person being gone.
Yeah.
No one's going to care a pregnant chick is gone. And
Yeah.
I just came in rolling in with a baby.
And maybe one of the larger mistakes
Organs.
as well is believing everything you read on the internet.
Yeah.
'Cause
True.
they all, maybe with the exception of Stephanie Lazarus, they all seem to have this problem of believing what they read on the internet is true and how they could get away with something.
Yeah. Or how you can make up different personalities and maybe that one will get charged.
Yeah.
We'll get to it, you guys.
Told me that when I got through to text her, and she would come back and get me. Well, in the meantime, while I was there, she got Jamie, evidently brought Jamie back home because she started having contractions and going into labor. She went to the medical center. She's at the medical center now.
Did you ever go back?
Did you ever
No,
go
I
back
never
and
went
see-
back inside the house.
And you never went, did you ever
I was
see,
inside the house that morning.
but you never saw Jamie again?
No, she was laying on the couch asleep when me and her mama left.
While Kathy says that Jamie was asleep and didn't join her and Jeannie at the Social Security office, Jeannie disputes this claim, saying that Jamie had been with them, and Kathy had even driven Jamie back home while Jeannie stayed at the office.
You said that Kathy brought Jamie back.
Yeah,
How do you know that?
because of this.
Kathy
I
told
asked
me.
her.
Let me ask you this.
Now that's Jamie.
All right.
That's Jamie's side right there.
And she was 30-something weeks pregnant. So you've known Jenny and Jamie for a few months,
Oh,
and they became your friend on Facebook?
right, they were having a hard time.
You'll change
They
your
was
mind.
getting evicted
What
and
other,
everything, and her car was run down.
were you helping her out or what?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, so this is where it goes into super creepy mode. She was basically stalking several other pregnant women because she realized, she'd been lying to her husband, and eventually pregnancies have to end. She is not, in fact, an elephant. And even the most oblivious man is going to ask, 2 years into your pregnancy, why you haven't had the baby yet.
Well, it is Kentucky.
True. She probably could say this is just like extra long birthing, but
Yeah. I'm just incubating, honey.
Yeah, but she even went to the lengths, and we'll see it here. I mean, she got a fetal heart rate monitor. She apparently manipulated her stomach to make it feel like a baby was kicking. I mean,
Yeah.
just the lengths that this woman went through is beyond insanity. Oh, I am probably being ultra petty, although we haven't gotten to the real craziness of this video, so I'm trying to keep it like sort
Yeah.
of petty.
If you think what you've heard is crazy thus far, just wait. It's
Oh yeah, no.
strap in
We're-
tight.
Yes.
I just met Kathy about 2 weeks ago. She's supposed to be getting us help with housing through some kind of BIBS organization or something.
Kathy has just been caught in a lie, one of many. While Kathy told police that she knew Jeannie for a few months, Jeannie claims that they'd only been in contact for a few weeks. Even if they hadn't known each other long, Jeannie and Kathy exchanged frequent messages on Facebook over that short period of time. The Facebook messages show that Kathy had set herself up as a support for Jeannie. She told Jeannie that she
That's
could
so
help connect them with
gross.
social services, and allegedly claimed she was a representative of a mysterious organization that helped infants of families in need.
Okay, I know I probably don't have to tell any of you this because as avid true crimers, you probably like me, make sure that you can open your Uber door before you get into the car. Like as soon as you get in the car, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, it must not have closed all the way. Just because you've watched too many of these damn videos, and like hell will you be taken out that way.
Yeah.
Well, that and it's a Tesla, and the Teslas don't have apparently backdoor thingamabobs, and I'm like, the hell?
Yeah, I have issues with the Uber Lyft idea.
I have issues with we've spent our entire lives being told do not get into, strange car with strange people. Now it's like, just be sure to check the license plate and see that they vaguely look like the picture they have. If they
Yeah.
offer you puppies, your own discretion.
Yeah, I mean, and if they offer you candy, it's probably safe.
Yeah.
Even though everything we were told was like, yeah, definitely avoid the candy ones.
Do you remember when the internet started and you were never supposed to use your real name? And now we just give it out most of the time, and like what we're eating right now and where we're currently located.
Yeah, and what you're doing later,
Yeah.
and who you're with.
We really have become our own narcs.
It's bad. Persec has gone downhill real bad.
True. If it's a corgi, my son wants a corgi badly. But we already have a dingus, and I only got one meal this week that I didn't have to fight dingus for, and the rat bastard had the nerve to be irritated with me when he smelled the steak and shake on me. Like, wouldn't look me in the eye, like kept sniffing my sweater. Like, I see what you did there, bitch. I see. And I was
Like, you didn't share any with me? Excuse
he
me.
usually eats half of my food. He does. He is part of, between Wegovy and Dingus, I'm losing weight for the first time in a couple of years because I have to run. Oh,
I
on
suppose
a
if it works.
tangent moment, you guys, well, in full infusion, apparently, I know this is going to shock you because it shocked the hell out of me, but I do have a filter to lose because for some reason yesterday it was of utmost importance that Mr. Mo handed over his pocket donut to me, and I yelled at him loudly that was not a sexual reference. I in fact wanted his damn pocket donut. So I do indeed have a filter to lose. And apparently I was like, I'm very okay. Well, I really wanted a donut for some reason, and he was on a quest as a hobbit with 5 eyes to go get the donut. But one always knows that as a hobbit, you should have a donut in your pocket to, well, make your wife happy, damn it.
I do appreciate the fact that you had to clarify this is not sexual. I do like that.
Loudly.
I mean,
While giggling and snorting to myself like I was hilarious. Apparently I can still embarrass my husband, which I didn't think was still possible, but yes, I apparently asked where the hell his pocket donut. Speaking of which, we would have world peace if everyone went around with a pocket donut. Can you imagine? No one's able to get hangry if you just pull out your pocket.
yes, pocket donuts will bring peace on earth.
Hey, when I become empress, everyone better have their effing pocket donut.
It's like pocket donut check.
No son is going to go outside this house without a long john in his pockets. Make that maple and iced. We're good.
There'll be like TSA for pocket donuts, though.
Yes, pretty much. I just thought I'd share with you because honestly, I really didn't think I had a filter to lose. But I in fact do. There is in fact another level at which my verbal diarrhea goes. And we can only wait till Tuesday to see what I'll say next.
As their conversations continued, Kathy and Jeannie discussed Kathy's pregnancy. Kathy wrote in one message that Shannon is getting excited and annoying. He rubs my belly saying, come on, like every 2 minutes. She also...
Don't do that. Especially, and look, my sweet baby children, having been an extremely feral pregnant woman at the end of August, I don't need you to tell me that I'm still pregnant, that it's hot as fuck outside, and that I don't have any ankles anymore. I am well aware of all of these things, and you're standing in front of the donuts, so get the hell out my way. How about that?
Yes, that's I think is the appropriate response.
Well, because toward the end, you're basically just a time bomb. People are calling constantly to ask if you started or like what's going on. And you're just uncomfortable, irritated, and tired of being a human incubator.
Yeah. I think that's a funny question. What's going on? Like, the hell do you think is going on?
Well, that and you're basically talking about a chick's hoo-ha. I mean, no matter how you dice it or slice it, people are basically calling to ask you how your hoo-ha is evicting a person.
When you put it that way.
It's like, how much are you dilated? I was like, well, my cervix enjoys all this attention, and that came out really wrong, Mom. But actually, I'm a little weirded out why everyone wants to know these things.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of it that way, but yeah. I can see the intrusiveness in that.
Well, and you totally get it, or I did, because everyone's excited, first grandchild, first granddaughter. So I get it. But people all just look at you like, are you going to do something? It's like that old meme with poke it with a stick, like do something, like revolt.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that would be.
And everyone has their suggestions. Like, have you tried castor oil? Don't. I'm going to tell you right now, do not. For the love of all that is holy, no matter what blend that everyone in your mommy group tells you, you won't taste the castor oil. You will taste the castor oil. And if you think you are uncomfortable before being 9 months pregnant, sweaty, irritated, and just done with humanity, try doing it with the trots. So do not try castor oil, okay?
Is that
just
you're
a tip?
Supposed to ingest this?
It's a laxative, and
no, I got that, but like,
yeah.
I mean, hold on a second, Mo.
Yes,
I'm no doctor, but I think laxatives affect the wrong part.
Well, so it can work on stimulating abdominal cramps, but what it actually will do is make you so dehydrated that you can start. No. I don't know.
I mean, I understand it affects abdominal muscles and stuff. It just sounds funny. It's like
it basically dehydrates you, but it also clears you out back in the day. So castor oil is generally the remedy of, let's say, the last generation. So they tended to have an entire procedure you had to go through before you could give birth that involved all sorts of fun stuff. But it can dehydrate you, and when you are dehydrated, you can start getting some contractions that if you are close to, being ready to go into labor, it can start labor. But what it will mainly do is just upset your stomach incredibly, give you some hellacious hard contractions that will go away as soon as you go to the doctor and get, hydration in you, and it's not going to progress labor. So don't try it. It's just, It's
That's an
not
old
good.
wives' tale.
Yes. I mean, it can work if you are going to go into labor already. So,
Yeah.
but it's more like you will be more uncomfortable. Take it from Mama Mo. It is a terrible idea, and just don't.
Yeah, that just that sounds like a bad idea.
It really is.
So attempted to explain why she hadn't given birth yet. In one message, Jeannie asked Kathy to clarify her bizarre claim, writing, "So he's in your back. Is that why you're not dilating?" Kathy replied, "Yep." In a series of messages from just 3 days before Jamie went missing, Kathy eerily tells Jeannie that we were designed to be found. We found each other. To which Jeannie answered, evidently,
Okay, but husbands, I need you to understand your role here, because while your wife will want to attack you, she would really just like the prostaglandins that are in your contribution. So just, take one for the team, think of England, and get it done and over with in 5 minutes.
Your contribution. I would like to make a pledge. I need you to contribute.
Look, at that point, it's just more of an eviction party notice. You're kind of like the bailiff. You're knocking at the door. You're letting the squatter know that they're going to be evicted soon. It's not for enjoyment, or at least it wasn't for me. I'm sorry. Mr. Mo is always like, this would be more fun if you were actually into this. And I was like, look, something is coming out of me. I'm not getting into anything else. Just do your job.
That's how we got here in the first place. Don't you understand?
I know. I know. It seems like a cosmic joke that God would give away, for you guys to induce labor after we don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, I can see it. Oh dear. The things I learn.
Yeah, I'm really selling, parenthood. Okay. In my defense, I'm an alcoholic lightweight.
That's a good defense, though. Just saying.
In my defense, alcohol tastes really good, like every other time. Thank you, Megan Florida, for the donut fund for me.
And it just happens to work out that every other time there was a pregnancy.
It's pretty much. I love how people ask, do you know how this happens?
It's like,
and
no.
Depending
I'm
on
not
what
sure
kind
anymore.
of mood I am, I give them an incredibly vacant look, and I tell them that I stopped washing our underwear in the same load, and we're going to see how that works. Or I'm just like, yeah, I got a new hobby.
That's another dumb question. Do you
Only
know how
feet.
this happened? No, I don't. I have no idea. Please enlighten me. I mean, I've only done this like 6 times, but hey, no, please tell me.
Oh, holy God, 12 pounds. My biggest was 10 pounds. And look, there's a reason that he's going to have to get me a really big present every year of his life, pretty much, for Mother's Day. Because seriously, that boy's head, I'm just like, for the love of God, what was that? And they're like, have you ever seen Megamind? That was his head. He was a model for them. That's all I can figure.
Yeah, it's like he's shaped like Pinky. Pinky in the Rain.
It was so sad. He was so fat. I had my only winter baby, and I got him this cute little winter hat he could wear home from the hospital. I had to put it on top of his head because it wouldn't fit. And he looked like a little sausage. He was so chunky.
It's like a yarmulke.
It was. Oh, yeah. He was a chunky kid. I had to send my mom out to get like bigger kid clothes because it looked like I gave birth to Chris Farley reincarnated. So it was like fat guy in a little coat. And yes, I did the little song while swaying him from side to side. Like fat baby in a little coat. And then, did the little muscle man arms.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's not like he didn't get us back. He was born on our anniversary. So
oh.
we
okay.
always celebrate his birthday and then do our anniversary a couple days later. He's like, because I love you guys so much.
Yeah. I'm never gonna let you forget me.
Yes.
I'm trying to go do it.
That's funny. It's funny seeing you guys all say that you have big babies.
Okay, no, you guys, I have a picture of youngest most feral and second youngest most feral dressed up as the Chippendale dancer from
Oh,
that
God.
SNL skit because my middle son looks like Chris Farley and my youngest son is teeny tiny and the only, I think, 18-month-old with like abs for some reason. So it was so funny because my middle son, his hair grows straight out with this big head. So he just has this like constellation of hair that just grows straight out. So he looked exactly like Chris Farley.
That's funny.
Yes. Let's get back to Crazy Lady.
I'm glad we did. As chilling as this
Oh,
message would turn
wow.
out to be, Jeannie couldn't have known that while Kathy was claiming to want to help her, she had something truly twisted planned.
The other thing is, she was approximately 35 or 36 weeks pregnant, right? Okay,
I
well,
have no clue how far along she was. I didn't know she was
right,
about
but here's the problem we got, Kathy. The baby that you brought to the hospital is about the same age.
Okay, I was told it was 14.
It's about 35, 36 weeks, just like Jamie's baby.
Okay, I was told it was 14.
Okay, now listen. Here's the other problem we got, okay? So you saw her today and she's been missing since about 10:30 this morning. Her baby is missing. Her family is worried about her. Can you imagine?
I don't blame her.
Hey,
Yeah, I can imagine.
can you imagine?
I'll be out on the
Okay.
graduation.
So what Kathy doesn't realize is they've talked to the doctor. Good Lord. They've talked to the doctors and they basically discovered that the uterus was still attached to the placenta along with the fallopian tubes and the ovaries. So they already know that this isn't her baby. So they're trying to like walk her in there. Like, so this baby is only 35 weeks pregnant. Oh, I was told he was 40. Okay. They also did an ultrasound and you didn't have a baby. Oh, no, I did. I promise.
So Mo, are you saying that babies don't come with like they don't come with
All the
fallopian
pieces and
tubes
parts?
and ovaries and everything else?
Not
Like-
generally. No.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, while it is becoming a practice to delay clamping or delay cutting the cord, so some mothers are choosing to, basically deliver the placenta and let the baby stay attached to it for about an hour or so to give them more chance to get some of that nutrients and stuff into them. Generally, you don't keep the placenta unless you're a Kardashian
Yeah.
or in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah. I had so many questions when I first heard this. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a second. You have spare parts, ma'am?
We unlike, we don't shed them with every child. We're not like geckos. Just grow a new one.
Oh, you'll see the into them part.
Oh yeah.
Seats and everything, such and everything, high and low.
Could you imagine if those kids right there, you didn't know where they were or what happened to them?
I turned the world upside down.
Exactly. And that's what we're gonna
And
do.
me and Jimmy, so much alike, that's why I don't
Okay, I understand. But we gotta find what happened to Jamie too.
Yeah, cause she was at the house
Is that,
when I
is
was
that
there.
I love that
baby-
Ewu's like,
You brought to the
yeah, she's
hospital,
just
don't be
babbling.
down
We're
there.
gonna fast forward.
That's what I'm trying to tell
How
you.
do you have no clue? How would this happen that you have no clue if it was Jamie's baby? What's it?
Well, she was there when I was Jane.
Though they move on, investigators have surely taken note of Kathy's slip-up about not knowing if the baby she was claiming to be hers was actually Jamie's.
Was Shannon real excited about you having a baby?
What did you have to say about what?
Was he real excited about you having that baby? Put a lot of pressure on you, didn't it? Yeah. Put a lot of pressure on you.
Jung, they don't go into it. Now, what they do state is that the display of dissociative identity disorder that she puts on, probably not true. But as to, no, she hasn't talked. So I did want to do a little bit of allowing Ewu to kind of give you the backstory, because it is, this case, it's hard to explain, even if you've kind of gone over it. And so they give you kind of a good, concise, view of all the characters involved and then the timeline.
Yeah. But I can give you my expert mental health diagnosis.
Ooh. Yes.
It's fucking crazy. is
Yes.
what she is. That is my expert opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. That pretty much, see, our hostage negotiator, Veilhammer, saving the day.
Exactly.
You've been depressed too. And then you had the miscarriage.
How long has this been weighing on you? You don't want to lose him.
Would you do about anything?
Some
to keep
people do.
and your family together?
As the detective mentions, Kathy previously claimed to have been
I
pregnant,
don't know
but had
why.
suffered a miscarriage. After allegedly suffering from miscarriages in the past, Kathy was apparently at
MLS, with the great lack of foresight that seems to hinder all criminals, I think she figured she'd take the baby, no one would care where the mom went, and no one would question her.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Pretty much.
It's the same tried and true thing that has happened with like everybody that we've covered so far. Lazarus,
Yeah.
Brooks, Boone, Todd.
Oh my gosh.
Tote.
Yeah. All of
It's
them.
like
They just
all of them. Yeah, it's
just
wild.
no one's gonna miss them, and no one will question anything.
Yeah, it's like it's not like they're a person who have friends and family and work coworkers and things. Like it's just so bizarre.
Yeah. And there's something really insidious about going when women are vulnerable, when they're pregnant, when they're, you know, at their lowest, and stalking them basically like a hunter. There is something so calculated and evil about what she did. It's just insanity. And then to not kind of figure out or end game the total thing and how people would probably look for this woman. It's so odd.
Yeah.
at her breaking point. She feared her relationship with her husband Shannon couldn't survive another loss. Investigators
No,
spoke
his
to
beard
Shannon
can't
themselves,
survive.
and he paints a very different picture of their relationship.
Have you and her been having problems?
No more than any other married couple.
I mean, were you thinking about leaving?
Oh, this is how you can tell this is Eagle Tucky, Indiana. It is 4th of July, and we all have our Old Navy 4th of July tank tops on.
With a tribal tattoo.
That looks like pinstriping off of an old Camaro. How beautiful.
Yeah, or the what was it, that brand? Bad Boy. It looks like the Bad Boy eyes.
Oh my God. At least it's not dark eyes.
Been around.
Kathy decided that faking her pregnancy was the best choice. While
As you
Kathy
do,
confesses
apparently.
to deceiving her husband, she says that she had help maintaining her lies.
I always stop by Shelly's house after I'm supposed to go to the doctor's appointment, and she calls Shannon. Unknowingly, I don't know if she knew the truth or not, but she never questioned it or anything. But I would just go in
Holy
and I would tell
goodness.
her, well, we need to call Shannon, tell him this far along, this is what the doctor said. And she would say that she's a nurse from Dr. Neiman's office and such and such and such and such. And she'd call from a private number. And then I would
Okay.
go.
Doctors' offices don't do this. I mean, they'll call you and they'll leave a message, but they're generally not going to call your husband unless you put him on your, medical information stuff. And you go through so much, so many doctor's appointments that they really don't call you unless you're doing testing or something like that. So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
And
I don't know. I bumped the ads back to like once every 30 minutes. I don't know what these ads are doing anymore.
now, however,
A Jaguar, then, if you're not sure they were trying to sell you a Jaguar.
no, but a PSA for you people who use earbuds and stuff. Make sure you clean them ears out, because the earwax will build up really quick if you're using earbuds. Just saying. Or if you use headphones regularly too, you should be doing
She
it.
is partially deaf, Sam. That's why she does sound like she is a bit drunk, but yeah.
When detectives ask Shelley to explain herself, she admits to calling Shannon.
So she had you act like the nurse, say we've changed the appointment date.
Yes, that was it. I did that once or twice.
Okay. Why did you do that?
She said that Shannon would be upset because at this time I still thought she was pregnant. I thought I knew her, but evidently I don't.
According to Shelley, she had no knowledge of Kathy ever faking a pregnancy and thought she was helping a friend keep her mother-in-law off Kathy's back. Police also spoke with Shannon's mother, Diana, and she had her own suspicions about Kathy's motives.
And she told me that she was always jealous of me because Shannon's affection for me. I was his mother.
Oh, yeah.
Despite her attempts to fake her pregnancy, it seems that not everyone was convinced.
What,
As it
like she
turns
faked
out,
them eyebrows? No one can tell them are gone. Men, y'all, I am telling you, the thinner the eyebrows, the more pencil drawn on, the more crazy.
So, I had it pointed out to me this week. So, there's two things, men, listen up. So, there's two things you need to look out for. Either thin eyebrows or drawn on thin eyebrows. And eyeliner that's not like blended, just straight up pencil on eyeliner. Boys, run.
Listen, the early aughts have taught us many things, and it is... Oh, true. Also, unibrows are bad on women. I don't understand. Could we not have a happy medium where, you don't look like, what is it, Brooke Shields from the early 80s, but you also don't look like, Tara Reid from their early aughts either.
You have caterpillars crawling across your face.
Yes. What is up with this? Now it's like, let's make them bushier and, laminate them, and holy God.
it's funny because people like do things to their bodies like hair removal that's irreversible and things like that. And like whether it's eyebrows or other things. It's like trends change people. It's like you're going to
On a
wish.
case by case basis. Jung.
Yes.
It has to be taken in conjunction with like, is your foundation, does it stop at your, jaw? Because, there are some things we need to confuse. This is like, someone looked at her eyebrows and said, yeah, I believe you. I mean, this is probably why I don't have a lot of female friends, because I'd be like, it's a pretty interesting story, but those eyebrows tell me you're lying.
It's like they need a set of their own googly eyes because they look surprised.
Like your brows didn't even want to stay to be part of your face in your mugshot. That's enough.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
We really do need to start doing like turning point, PSAs at college.
Yeah. Like where would the so on the hot to crazy scale, where would the thin eyebrows just straight on eyeliner fit?
Depends. Are we wearing a bra or not? Because I think it has to go, because now I'm picturing a Von Dutch t-shirt for some reason. Super low-rise pants, and the smell of whatever it is that Christina Aguilera wore or smelled like during the Dirty video.
Stripper glitter?
Yeah. And body odor. Flop sweat.
Yeah. Or they call it down in Florida. It's that swamp ass. That's what that called.
Yes.
Swamp ass.
Does no one clean any of their rooms? It's like they didn't. How many fishing poles do we need? Just asking for a friend. That's like 170 fishing poles next to the bassinet.
That's a good one. I don't know why you would need so many. Maybe it's because you need that many fishing poles to get you a catch like Kathy.
Probably. She was fishing something.
Kathy's pregnancy was a hotly debated subject in her inner circle. According to one friend, Kathy appeared to be showing late in 2010, but seemed to be shrinking in the months since. Another admitted to doubts after Kathy repeatedly rescheduled planned C-sections. Diana, Shannon's mother, also had her doubts.
What was your feeling, Mama? Be honest with her.
She wasn't pregnant.
You knew it all along? Or?
Well, I figured it. I didn't know for sure.
Wait a minute.
To
We need to go back. Is that hedge clippers on the side table next to what looks like blue emu, like muscle paste? What is going on in these photos?
I mean, that's a like Dexter level kink, I guess. I don't even know.
And look, I have had so many children. I generally don't have crib sets that match, but when you are getting ready for a baby, none of that matches.
Yeah.
And we don't generally put the crib next to like the fishing pole corner.
Why not, Mo? I mean,
because that wouldn't be proper. You put it under the deer head with holding the rifle that shot it.
But if you had the fishing poles and you had yourself a rocking chair next to the bassinet, right? You can put some like little Cheetos on it, and you can just drop them in there.
And you don't this baby was going to have bottles with Mountain Dew in it. We just look, the things I have seen at Walmart.
I mean,
the things I have seen.
It's Kentucky. It's likely.
Probably. It's red Mountain Dew. It's for the vitamins and nutrients. It's got vitamin C in it and red.
Yeah.
Red's a vegetable.
You knew it all along?
Well, I figured it. I didn't know for sure.
To sell her lie, Kathy got her hands on an ultrasound photo. The version she showed police was identical to the one she showed her husband, Shannon. He believed he was looking at a photo of his growing baby, not realizing that he was actually looking at a stolen ultrasound photo, one that Kathy casually swiped from a friend at a party in October 2010.
Shannon thought
How
she
do
was
you
pregnant.
casually swipe an ultrasound picture? Now, I mean, I generally only have 5 to 6 ultrasound pictures just laying around my house, but they do tend to have your vital information on them, like your name, your gestational, measurements, the doctor doing them, the date it happened. These are kind of things.
I mean, it kind of looks like maybe all that information got trimmed out
Yeah,
of that
but
picture, because it kind of looks
typically
like a glamour shot for ultrasounds.
I
Like
I
that.
have been both in a relationship and not really in a relationship, while pregnant, and I still have invited the fathers to the ultrasound appointment, especially a 3D ultrasound. It's Yeah, that's generally not something, people are like, "Hell no, don't invite me to that. I'm just the father." No, I only say that because the 3D ultrasounds are generally the ones where Mr. Mo can say, "Oh, it's a baby, not a blob or a Rorschach test."
I've seen like a 3D ultrasound picture and they look really strange. Like it's
The
weird technology has come from looking like
Look,
a Rorschach test.
as a person who's been there 6 times, they're exceedingly creepy looking, I will grant you that, but when they're your own creepy looking weird fetus with a smushed up face, they're beautiful, and you will be honor bound by your genetics, to show everyone and be like, "Oh my gosh, look at the little chunky cheeks." It will happen. You will be embarrassed and horrified by yourself that you're, inflicting this upon others, but you can't stop yourself.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh gosh, this is right out of the early 90s teen mom with the all you need is the Pooh Bear crib set, and you have every teenage pregnant mom in my high school.
Yeah, that's true. That's very 90s ish.
Yes, the hearts especially.
Go boy.
He actually felt something move in her belly.
She could have done that. I mean,
The detective is right. Kathy brought home a fetal heart monitor. Somehow she convincingly faked a baby's heartbeat for Shannon. She also had him place his hands on her belly while she moved it.
Okay, the amount of crazy that is. So typically a fetal heart rate is between 114 and 130. Now that's extremely high for, an adult human. So hers was probably anywhere between 80 to 60, even lower. So how she got him to think that that was a fetal, how dumb was this man?
I was gonna say, hold on, Mo. I was like, we've now seen pictures of this man, uh, and
True, but his mama love him
yeah, I hate to judge a book by its cover,
by
but
its mother, but
I don't think he's the smartest, tool in the box.
true.
So, yeah.
But it is the oddest. No, you can buy those. You can rent those.
I mean, it kind of
Okay,
looks like a walkie-talkie.
I will say that they can be a good thing if you're incredibly nervous, but they can also be incredibly nerve-wracking because, until you're past your halfway point, it's really hard to try to find the fetal heart rate unless you're kind of used to it. You know what you're listening for, and it can cause incredibly amounts of stress. Your baby's fine, and, you just can't find the heart rate. Some placentas are in the front They're actually anterior. So basically, you can't feel the heart rate unless you work really hard if your placenta is in front. So it does make a lot of new moms or incredibly worried moms, you know, really stressed out. So I don't recommend them. But, if you're the type that you'd rather be reassured than, you know, nerved out by the whole thing, then I say go for it. Well, I mean, unless you're me, you're only pregnant once or twice. I mean, so
Unless you're you.
or a donkey, I don't know how she mimicked a baby kick. Now, I how the boy, sir, how in the hell did you not see your wife? I mean, nudish. I mean, it didn't look like it was a big old house, like she had her own, naked wing in there. So how do you not notice, like, that belly doesn't seem
I
to be
believe
growing much, or
I believe that's actually going to come up. I can't remember who brings it up, but like that instead of gaining weight over the last 9 months, she actually lost weight over the last 9 months. So yeah, there's some questions.
yeah, there's a lot of questions, but you think someone would have. This is why you need a Mo friend who's just like, I got some questions here.
Yeah.
Oh, JKD Buck, my first baby was stillborn when we were pregnant with baby number 2. The doctor said we could come anytime to hear the heartbeat, and never. Absolutely great advice. I know some people that had really great, experience with them, but they can also be so incredibly hard to find. And it's so good that, your doctor was so kind and kind of didn't want to send you guys down a path of being extremely nerve-wracked any more so than you already were. Because they will try to sell you every single pregnancy thing.
Yeah. But ma'am, that's a CB radio if I've ever seen one. That's what that is. And that thing at the top right.
Little buddy.
Yeah, that thing at the top right there, that's what you plug into the old cigarette lighter to give it some juice. Like, that's what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I don't know how she made any of this work. The levels to which she could have just said, look, we've obviously had another loss. This is terrible. Maybe we need to, take a break or what have you. Or, kidnap a pregnant woman and cut the baby out. I mean, also, what the hell was going on in their cabinets? Like, look, you guys, I am a chaos person, and my house is generally, I am not the best housekeeper. But good Lord.
You mean, Mo, do you keep hedge clippers
in my front room?
In your front room or your children's rooms?
I mean, not all the time, only when I'm clipping my toenails.
Oh, this is how the hair got cut, because your toenail clippers are hedge clippers.
See, that was the twist in the story. You never, me and M. Night Shyamalama like this. Okay, you guys, why did my youngest son just come in? I guess he found like a cast iron, one of the old little pop guns.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, Mom, I found this, but I know it's not a real weapon. And just walks out.
That's slightly terrifying.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I have no idea what's going on. Not even going to ask. Just walk away.
Yeah.
Mimicking a baby kicking. As police would soon learn, this was only the beginning of what Kathy was capable of. Kathy knew that at some point, lies and phone calls wouldn't cut it. Eventually, she'd need an actual baby.
Oh, dear
But
Lord,
no
the
one
old
could have
phones where
imagined
you
the
had to
lengths
push
she
all the
would go
numbers
to
to
in order to
text.
make this
Oh,
happen.
text 9.
As a precaution, police requested to look through Jeannie's house for any sign of her daughter. And when they did, they were surprised to find Jeannie's boyfriend Mike hiding from officers in an upstairs bedroom.
We're looking for your daughter and you're hiding your boy.
I love that they're like stock photo, not real boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, he has his shirt collared up all the way to his neck. Of course we know this isn't the real boyfriend.
It's like he clearly didn't get his outfit at Walmart. We know. It's, yeah.
You know, it's not spray paint, and he doesn't look like he exploded a Smurf. So at this point, we're going to take it as a win today.
Open upstairs. Do you know where Jamie's at? No, sir. When's the last time you saw her? Listen, we're gonna take a ride. Come on.
Finding the whole thing suspicious, police immediately separate Mike and Jeannie, then grill them for answers.
You're gonna have to explain something for me. Just explain to me why you lied about it, and I hope it's a good reason.
Because
Okay.
he's in drug court.
Call me crazy, Vale, but why is there a printer? Or is that a CD player? Is that an old-fashioned radio? Or is that a printer near the bed?
I can't actually tell. It could be either. It kind of looks like it has a tape deck on the bottom and might be a deck, a CD deck.
Now I'm sidetracked by the baby oil and Dr. Pepper. Like Sarah Boone and Diddy making a guest cameo appearance in today's Legal Shenanigans Theater.
Yeah, like what? And what is that? Like a fan? Like a small box fan or a humidifier
No
in front of it?
These pictures are terrifying.
Yeah.
Everyone is like a hillbilly Where's Waldo of what in the Walmart Rapture.
Yeah. It's, yeah, I don't even understand.
I mean,
that mattress though, like all those.
that is
an amazing.
That
print.
is a yeah, that is a print the 90s wanted us to forget.
Yeah. They can keep it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you use a print that loud, you'll never see a stain.
I mean, true. I mean, it could be a printer though. I mean, she had to get that ultrasound printer. There's a lot of black.
Well,
ink
I
on
think
there.
this is actually Jamie's house, but I'm so confused by so many things in this house.
I mean, it could be an air purifier too.
True.
The vase or bong, that could be either or. Again, it's Kentucky. So we're unsure.
It is what it is.
You realize this is serious, right? Let me tell you something. This is real serious. This is about as serious as it gets, okay? Your daughter is real pregnant and missing. Let me let you know some other news. Kathy's not pregnant.
Kathy's not pregnant?
No. Now, you going to help us find your daughter?
Kathy Coy's not pregnant.
No.
Outside, Jeannie's boyfriend also struggles to come to terms with the news.
Here's the deal. Kathy did not have a baby. What?
Okay.
Kathy.
Now,
What?
okay,
Damn it,
but
Bobby.
this is the funniest thing, and I can never not laugh during this part because it is like watching a dog. Well, I mean, obviously it's audio, but you can almost physically hear this man thinking, which is hilarious. Obviously, not a sport he excels at. And it is just like if you watch a dog try to do algebra.
And I've seen this a couple times now. And it never dawned on me until just this moment that his what sounded like Hank Hill.
It did.
What?
Is that a Yoo-hoo, or do they seriously have bingo marker ink next to her picture? like a eulogy of hillbilliness.
Oh,
Look, we
good
keep her
Lord.
picture because she gives us luck on full blackout and four corners. She's kind of shit at regular bingo, but her spirit does help on those special ones. Thank you, baby.
It's so bad. It's just,
I mean, could we not have all the hillbilly stereotypes?
I mean, so so here's the funny part, right? So like when we got to see the inside of Miss Boone's farm, right?
Yeah.
Of her house, it was not what I was expecting. It was actually rather tidy. Like I was expecting a disaster like this, like hedge clippers.
Yeah, I was expecting this
with
house.
Yoo-hoo. But no, like this is what we get here. But no, Boone's farm was rather clean.
Yeah. And just the bingo marker paint just is kind of throwing me. Like, why are we doing this, guys? Come on.
I mean, they play bingo. They don't throw dice. You know what I mean?
True. They're not into mahjong yet,
Yeah,
but we're working on it.
because they don't know how to say it.
They're like, yeah, it's that tile game, the funny picture one.
Well, the reason that they, and this is an old Tennessee Kentucky joke, the reason that they can't say it is because they don't have teeth to like pronunciate the letters. Because if
Not always true, but sometimes, yes.
Because did you know that the toothbrush was invented in Kentucky? Did you know that, Mo?
Because it doesn't say teeth brush.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. But yes, I just thought I'd let you know that if I have to go silent because I start giggling and snorting, this man is not quick on the uptake.
He has got somebody else's baby. You tracking with me? She didn't have no baby with her today. You ain't listening to me. Kathy did not have a baby. Okay. Jamie is missing. Hey, she's pregnant. Kathy did not have a baby. Oh my God. Do you see where I'm coming from here? Yes, sir. So what? I mean, what do we?
I don't believe him. I don't think he's still quite figured it out.
It's like you tracking with me, son. It's like, yes, sir.
And he's like, but explain it to me again, just in case.
It's like, then repeat this back to me, please, just to make sure I know that you know what I'm talking about.
That I know that you know that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
I don't know why I shouldn't be cracked up by this, but it's still kind of like it takes him about 5 minutes to get where everyone's already been, and then he's like, "Oh, what are we gonna do about that?"
It's like, well, that's a conundrum, ain't it?
We supposed to do? Nothing? Sit and wait? All the you hear about on TV, people stealing babies and all that? Yeah, surely not.
Was that girl going to be able to give that baby the kind of life that baby deserved?
The interrogators leave Kathy alone in the room, and her behavior takes a very strange turn. But this is only the start of her bizarre antics, because things will really go off the rails soon.
Tell baby you're missing. You've got to talk to him. You've got to call him on. You've got to do something totally.
Yes, you read those closed captions right. She is in fact talking to the dead girl's picture, explaining how to get her out of trouble. Because she's got to talk, to people.
Yeah. I mean, that's how this works, right?
Yeah. Get me out of trouble. Why did you have to go and die? She really did take a Sarah Boone thing. She's like, I don't know how these things happen, but it's all you guys' fault.
Yeah, that she did do.
Yes.
Totally getting blamed for everything. They ain't taking no fault for nothing. We know good and damn well you're okay. Or you was. They believe I told you. I'm not capable of hurting any damn body. You better call your mom. You gotta help me out here. I can't go down for this thing.
Spoiler alert. She does go down for
You pick
this.
today of all days to just do. Yeah. Can you please call your mama so I can go home, please?
Kathy is growing desperate, and things are about to get even stranger.
Okay.
talkers and
Talking to Jamie?
Yeah.
I know you're talking to Jamie.
Yeah.
There's been some new things that have come up. I'm gonna tell you something, okay?
okay.
The evidence clearly shows that that's Jamie's baby. And also the evidence clearly shows that you're the one that took that baby from Jamie, okay?
I didn't take that baby.
Yeah. Just listen to me for a second, okay? I'm not yelling at you. You don't yell at me, okay?
Let us spell it out for you.
She also is 15 pounds of crazy in a 2-pound sack. So she is going to try to square up to the officers.
Yeah.
She is going to try her best Billy badass. And it's going to get stranger.
Yeah.
But just to let you know.
She does
it
try
just gets
something,
weird.
though.
Yes.
That I'm surprised that some others have not tried.
Well, I mean, faking multiple personalities was kind of an on-the-spot genius move.
I mean, true. At least she's given it her the good old Kentucky college try.
True. The old DeVry try.
We also know that Jamie was in the car with you today, and you picked Jamie up at her house. Listen, we got eyewitnesses that saw Jamie get in the car with you.
No.
Yes, listen to me. We already know that. We've already confirmed that. And we're going to confirm that that's Jamie's baby through DNA. That baby couldn't have made it alive from Plano Road to Reedyville Road up there in Butler County. It couldn't have made it alive. It was just born. You've got to start being honest with us. And we know the truth. And the truth is coming out. Oh, she was. But you keep saying she was. She was alive and kicking. But she's not anymore. She's not anymore.
She almost had it, but those damn, tenses, they always get these people, don't they? She was a great kid. She was a great wife. Well, she's just missing now, sir. Oh, damn.
Yeah, they do seem to mess that up a lot.
Well, considering she thought she could just shove baby bits up her hoo-ha and convince everyone that she had said baby. Yes, you heard that right, people. That will come out later. Ew.
Literally.
Yes.
I have lots of questions.
Yeah,
And I
no.
don't think I
When
want
we
the
said
answers,
that,
though.
no, we don't. But we are going to get them.
Yeah.
It still had the airways blocked. They had to clear the airways, okay? That means that baby was just born.
There's a very disturbing reason investigators have come to this conclusion.
How long do you think we've been doing this?
Look, I know I'm going down for it, but I don't go to jail, okay?
I have questions about how she thinks she doesn't deserve to go to jail. I think we need to check her math because I don't think she carried the long division in the murder rap.
I mean, it could be the unintentional route, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why they have the closed captions. I didn't even have to put them on because they kind of knew.
What you mean you can't understand this? This is like reminds me of home.
I do feel like I need to go to Walmart right now, but
You lied to us. You planned this.
No matter which way I go, it goes back to
You.
right.
Because look right. Listen, no. I want you to look at that. I want you to look.
I'm not haunted by her. I know she's missing, but I haven't done a damn thing to her.
You took her baby. You took her baby, didn't you? Look at her. Look at her.
I'm looking at Jamie. She's a beautiful damn.
why do we have her picture on the Allen Kelly circular magnet that you get, every year at tax time? Like, remember, and don't forget to sponsor the Little League game. Like,
Mo, it's Kentucky.
I mean, free advertisement for Allen County, I guess, and Breen and Morgan, attorneys at law.
It's because Allen County they know they're the populace that lives there in Allen County, and they're like, if we cut a hole in this magnet here, we send it out to everybody, it's gonna be on everybody's refrigerator. You know what, right? It's like, yep. They're like, that sounds like a damn good idea, son. And so like that's why they did it right there.
I don't know, but this chick should have asked for one before she decided to continue with this interrogation. Or G-Paws Pay Lake and Restaurant. So like you catch it and they'll fry it up for you. That's it. Chat field trip. We're gonna catch our own dinner and cook it.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on here? There's so many more
She's not here
questions,
anymore.
Allen County.
Now, where is she? Tell us where she's at, and we're done. Tell us where she's at, and we're done.
I don't know what she's at.
Kathy eventually told the detective a bizarre story to explain where the baby at the hospital came from. She claims that after the doctor told her that her own pregnancy was no
I'm
longer
guessing
viable,
only because
she
of
was
the
outside
magnet.
the office when a woman named Ashley saw her in distress. Kathy then stated that Ashley offered to sell her a baby for $550.
Young lady, there's no way.
Okay. So it was like The Price is Right. If she would have gone 501, would she have won? I'm gonna go $1.
I mean, that sounds like a low price. I mean,
Just a little bit.
yeah. I have
Like,
more questions.
Yeah, everyone has more questions. Like, mostly, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And also, again, I have been to many OB offices. There are not random women out there attempting to sell, children. Unless it was me and I already had a couple, okay? And they wouldn't stop crying.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of stories not for sale, but like of like people trying to actually steal them. I've heard that. But
Well, I mean, there's nothing that says breeder like when you take a double stroller with you to a 9-month OB appointment.
Interesting word.
Well, mostly because you're pushing a double stroller that's occupied by 2 children and you're grossly pregnant. People think that you don't have other hobbies or you're Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah Adams, I'm using that as the title next week because I partially wanted to make sure that it wasn't in too poor a taste, and since my view on that, my perspective is somewhat lax. Q, grossly pregnant means you are 9 months pregnant with your 6th child in 10 years. You have done the math and you realize you have been pregnant for 6 years and you are done having children. Yes, grossly pregnant. It is a thing. I have coined the term. I am, in fact, the expert on it. You are grossed out by the thought of being pregnant anymore and you are tired.
Yeah.
Thank you, OnlyFan, for leaving a like, and I hope you get some good rest.
Right around here, and all of a sudden, poof, here comes Ashley, and poof, here comes a baby. That does not happen. We know what happened. We got eyewitnesses. We got Jamie's baby, okay? It didn't magically appear in your arms, sweetheart. You know what? You probably think that you paid for this baby.
No, I've been giving money.
I know you've been giving them money. So in your mind, sure, you've paid for this baby. And you could give this baby a better life than she could, right? Because you know why? We'd give you a better life. Because it's the life you wanted, Shannon. And you were desperate.
You want me to tell you where Jamie is?
Yes.
I don't know.
See, there you
You're
go.
trying to make me be royal, cold-hearted.
Oh, no, I don't believe that. Listen.
No, you kind of pick that path for yourself when you unalived someone for their child. But I do, Vale, how do these chicks do it? How do they sound so righteously indignant? Like, Sarah Boone, you paint me as a murderer. And I know she has a new letter. I will probably go over it tomorrow. I think I'm going to be going over it with Publicly Buzzed today. But how are you so righteously indignant, when they're like presenting you with reality?
I think that some people can convince themselves of things, and like I don't know why or how that is, that they convince themselves with what they're saying or what they are thinking is true, even though they know that it's not. Because like I have no other explanation for it. Like I just don't.
I have no. Yeah, she's clearly innocent. She's being set up. They're trying to, frame her like OJ.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you could go down the low-hanging fruit route of going, oh, like, because she has a disability, they're going to believe her, kind of thing. Like, but, because, she's probably been, to some degree, doted on a little bit. But, like, that doesn't explain, like, Sarah's behavior then. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of strange.
It really is.
There's no reason to get mad here because the only person who's been lying in this whole thing was you. Who did something wrong today?
I bought a baby. I did something wrong.
You didn't just buy a baby.
You didn't buy it.
Yes,
You
I did.
arranged for the baby to be taken from her.
I'm a procrastinating liar.
Huh?
I'm a
So-
procrastinating liar.
Is that it?
So I've been told 1,000 times.
You've been told that.
Okay, I get the liar part, but procrastinating, I mean, I guess she did wait 9 months to, tell anyone she wasn't pregnant.
She's not. She's
she's hard of hearing. She's partially deaf.
Partially deaf, yeah.
And possibly many other personality things, but
I don't
now can you start using that? Well, it's like that year all the gifts came from Satan instead of Santa because I'm dyslexic and I didn't notice it. I mean, the kids were young enough that they didn't notice it until Mr. Mo was like, "Hey, honey, did you spell check this?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, because it says from Satan." And I was like, "Well, there you go." It was 3 a.m. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
So you've been told you're a liar, have you? Well, I mean, how would you believe a liar if she says she's a liar? I'm not believing anything she says from then on.
I mean, maybe the procrastination comes from the 9 months. Maybe that's
true.
Why. I don't know.
So that you're a liar.
I'm a procrastinating liar.
Okay. So now that we got that on the table, we need to know where she's at.
Why do you keep moving?
I love how she says it like a LinkedIn attribute on her resume.
Okay, it's not bothering me. Is that what you're thinking? It bothers me she's missing.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she's at.
While Kathy admits to being a liar, she'll soon take this sentiment to a truly bizarre and shocking place. Kathy's ex-stepfather Ron claims he was also a witness to some of Kathy's shocking behavior.
Wait a minute. I know you have all the stock photos to go on. Why Silver Fox Fabio?
I mean,
you have every single stock photograph to go through, and you're like,
there might be some logic to this, Mo. Okay.
Okay.
Because look at that party in the back. I mean, I know it's long everywhere, but the way he's got it styled, that looks like there's a party in the back.
True.
The old Kentucky waterfall.
But still, like, no eyebrows, glorious hair. The DNA test proves you are not the father.
And he's like, thank God. Dang Jesus.
He's like, now let me put this box fan here next to the bed so it'll fluff my hair out, look like I'm in a White Snake, video.
Yeah.
With Tawny Katane. Oh, good Lord. I never noticed that until now, but what the hell, stock photos?
Oh, damn it, Kathy, those are not the herbal essences we were talking about.
And thank you, Tim, for gifting 1 membership, and that went to Nicholas Leonardos. And yes, the inflection going up at the end of your name means I really hope I pronounced it right, but it's probably like 30-70 that I didn't.
But to be fair, this was like a picture that they probably got from her glamour shots from the early 2000s.
True.
Stepfather Ron claims he was also a witness to some of Kathy's shocking behavior.
I don't want that girl back in my house. Do I believe that Kathy was capable of killing somebody? Yes.
You do believe
Definitely. My personal opinion, if she gets her way, she don't care who she hurts. I said, one of these days, you're going to do something and you're going to be in jail for life.
Investigators uncovered even more about Kathy's troubling behavior. At one point, according to police reports, she was even accused of stalking a pregnant teacher from her son's elementary school. The teacher felt so uneasy around Kathy, she began keeping a journal of strange incidents.
Okay, also a note for those people that have a hard time humaning, public service announcement. If your behavior is so creepy that you start showing up in other people's diaries, you might need some help.
Yeah, you might be a Kathy.
You might be a Kathy. What in the name of all that is Cheetos? I've watched this before, and I'm never not shocked by the crazy.
And for some reason, I don't remember any of these stock photos, but for some reason, I'm finding them really funny right now.
They're the most ridiculous stock photos.
It's like that lady's look like she's got a bowling ball under her shirt.
Probably because it's not real.
No. No,
yeah.
You can't tell me that. It's not real.
They do sell fake pregnancy bellies. Apparently there's a market for that out there, and I have more questions than I want answered, but I also y'all can we talk about hotel rooms and how maybe they should have the thickest walls?
Like concrete.
Like concrete, like maybe made of asbestos. I'm okay with it. I lived in a hotel room, and so the first night I'm there, thinking everything's going to be okay. Seems like a pretty quiet hotel. And then, oh my God, the sound of the motor that I'm pretty sure was not street legal. And I can only hope that Lightning McQueen's sex life was responsible for whatever noises and outboard Evinrude motor was being used in the room next to me. You guys, I don't know if I heard fantastic lovemaking or a crime scene in action with a Ducati for some reason in the room, but I have so many more questions, and I'm pretty sure that I'm afraid.
Maybe it dawned on me that maybe it was one of them fancy vibrating beds.
Okay. It had a 2-cylinder or 2-cycle motor, if that's what I was hearing. That had an outboard like leaf blower motor.
I mean, it's got a lot of shaking to do. Maybe they turned it on high.
I don't know. I was just like, what the hell is going on? And so of course, I had to call Mr. Mo, like, can you hear this? He's like, why are you calling me late at night? And I was like, I wanted to share this with you, and I didn't have time to send you a picture of Nancy Pelosi's cleavage. These are things that I do to my husband. I don't know why he sticks with me. I can only imagine to see what happens next. Like every choose your own adventure marriage.
Oh dear. Maybe it was so loud, and why they had like the 17 outboard motors on it is because what is that thing that they call in the LDS where they just lay there and they shake the bed? Maybe it was on that mode.
Soaking.
Yes,
Oh
soaking
God.
mode.
So then, yeah, I don't know what was going on in that room, but I hope it ended well for everyone, and I won't be called to testify about what I heard.
Because either that's gonna happen, or or somebody's real happy.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's, happiness that I heard. Because, I mean, I'm never going to watch Hostel again.
Oh dear. It is true though that a lot of hotels, like, they do have very thin walls and you can hear everything. And it seems like that would be the one place that you would, want, more
Yes.
privacy, cuz like, we'll say business people are there and things. So,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll be okay.
Including a time when Kathy lingered in the doorway, watching her as she worked alone inside her classroom. Interestingly, Kathy also claimed to be pregnant at the same time as this particular teacher, and when the teacher suffered from a miscarriage, so did Kathy. Back in interrogation, Kathy is about to slip up and make a huge mistake.
Y'all trying to pin a murder on me. You're trying to pin kidnapping on me.
Who said murder? Kathy, who said murder?
You said she keep saying she's dead.
I don't know.
It's on this damn thing. You can't erase it.
She said she was. You said she was still kicking. Yep. That was your exact word. She was.
When I left her.
Where did you leave her?
No, hell.
Where did you leave her?
You're not playing the
Where did you leave her?
If you want me to keep talking and give y'all the other information,
listen.
back the up now.
Calm down. Yeah.
No.
Okay, now these detectives, they both look like they're married. They have that kind of haircut, and it looks like their wives shopped at Garanimals for them. They have that polo shirt, like tie combo that you can only get at our finest Sears out here.
Yeah.
But they should probably know that a hysterical, crazy person, especially a woman, calm down. Listen to me. This is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, they should know better.
It has the intended reaction, or the inevitable reaction.
Yeah. It does.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Shut the ass. Thank you.
Kathy, listen to me.
Now, I'm telling
Who's
you.
yelling?
No,
Who's
you
yelling?
listen to me.
Who's
right
yelling? Is that the
now.
radio?
Okay. See, the guy in the yellow tie, though, is me. Because I would turn into Sergeant I Wish You Would so quickly.
And that's clearly the look on his face. He's like, let's go. He's like, well, okay. He's like, what you got to say?
I know. I mean, I'd start unholstering, my firearm. I'd have a wheel gun, of course, because I'm Dirty Harriet. Pull several of the bullets out, roll the damn thing, and ask him if he's feeling lucky, or she is.
I mean, good luck.
I know. Yellow Cop is my spirit animal at this point, because he's like, okay, she said what she wants to go. We're going.
Like, don't
And
threaten me with a good time.
Polo Cop is like, calm down. We're all friends here, okay?
Yeah.
Kathy and him are like, no, let's square off. I'm here for a fight. Like, bring out the Jello, bring out the kiddie pool. Let's go. This how we solve things in Appalachia.
Usually, is that the race?
And listen
Is that
to
what
me. You want me to keep talking?
Is that what you?
Shut up.
Okay, are you gonna talk? Are you gonna talk?
Y'all got to
Did you
shut
tell her to shut up?
1,
Did you tell her to shut up? What are you gonna do, honey?
3. Say another word, I'll quit talking.
Well, are you gonna tell us the truth?
Shut up!
Are you gonna tell us the truth?
You trying to pin a goddamn murder? You said that she was
Are you
dead.
gonna tell us the truth? Hold on.
Okay?
Are you gonna tell us the truth?
I told you the truth. I said she was alive and kicking when I left her.
Left her where? Where'd you leave her?
I told you at the goddamn apartment, but she was with Ashley.
No, see, that's different. Yeah, now it's different now.
I don't know what she's
The detectives jump on Kathy's slip-up for one very good reason. The disturbing discovery the medical staff made at the hospital, the one that prompted them to call the police.
Yeah.
Dr. Sarah Mangold explained one of several horrific things they uncovered when Kathy came to the hospital.
I left the room and then went and looked at the placenta, and that's when I noticed that the placenta had a uterus, tubes, and ovaries attached to it. When people deliver,
Not a medical expert, but those things are not supposed to come out with the placenta.
Are you sure, Mo? Do you have any personal experience?
I'm not a scienceologist, but I have been there when a fair few babies were birthed. While I wasn't at the business end of it, I was there. Someone even offered me a GD mirror. Look, okay. Yeah, no, some women want to do, okay, I come to the front of the congregation. I am not shaming you or anything, but if you are one of the women that wanted a mirror so that you could see this miracle biting its way out of your body like an alien from, freaking aliens bursting its way out of your chest, only it's a much creepier orifice. I mean, why? Look, we all had to watch that one video in like 5th grade. It was scary. It was the 70s. I'm not even sure what I was watching, but holy God, why would any woman want a freaking mirror to, because I was offered it every time. And I'm like, do I get a safe word? What in the hell is wrong with you? No, I don't want to. No, I'm sorry you have to see it, but someone has to catch this thing, okay?
It's like, does it come with a light show?
Some women feel like they want to experience all parts of birth. I would rather have had a twilight birth from the 50s where I wake up high on laudanum, but
I mean, technically, didn't you experience all parts of birth? Just saying.
Yes. Epidurals, I mean, they help. But yeah, I need someone to explain the whole mirror thing to me because I'm a chicken. I don't get it.
I don't understand that. That seems like something you wouldn't want to watch.
Some people like it. Look, your birth, your body, your mirror, you do what you want. I just find it to be utterly horrifying.
Yeah, that just sounds very strange.
Yeah, some people want to see all the bits and pieces, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. No, gonna pretend this one's adopted too. That's how I get through this each and every time.
Yeah, it was a stork.
Yes.
liver, only the placenta comes out. All the other stuff remains intact. So
when you seen that, what did you think?
It had to come from somebody else.
Dr. Mangold also noted cuts to the vital organs, which made them suspect the unthinkable. The baby had been cut from his mother's body, along with her uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. But something like this wouldn't only put a mother in danger. Whoever did it would need to work fast to make sure the baby could even survive.
If the mother was deceased, how long do you think it would take before the baby would have suffered or been in trouble?
If a mom codes and cardiac arrest and you do a C-section, you've got 5 minutes from the time of the cardiac arrest to get the baby out.
According
That is the most chilling part every time I listen to this, because it means that she was probably alive
Yeah.
when the baby was taken from her, because babies in dead moms, even, if they're in a hospital setting, it's, needs to be a very fast emergency C-section.
Yeah.
No.
This part is where like things started like kind of starting to come apart for me. I'm like,
Yes.
wait a second. Like when you showed me the red bag of bits and then the box cutter, and now you got 5 minutes from if a mother goes into cardiac arrest and you got 5 minutes or whatever, it's like this is where it just you start losing me a little bit here.
Hey, flat earth guy, on topic. I mean, I don't care if you believe the earth is flat. I don't have time. You're not my child, and I'm not going to argue with you. But keep it for the flat earth channel. I'm not starting one yet. Wait till my next ketamine infusion. Where I will explain string theory, the theory of everything, quantum mechanics, and flat earth.
Yeah.
to Dr. Mann.
Just
it's a whole other topic.
I'm feeling better. I guess I am shocked at the amount of tired I feel, which is not something I was anticipating. I guess I thought I'd start to feel really good or something, but apparently this is just going to be something that my body has to get used to. So I wasn't, thinking that I was going to be so out of it after doing the infusion. I was planning on like streaming the entire time I was at the hotel, but I could barely stay awake, and Valehammer knows, but okay, the carpet in the hotel is this blue, swirly, black, psychedelic, like dizzy inducer. So when you're already somewhat disorientated, it's like, holy God, trying to go get my, Uber Eated steak and shake thing at the front desk was an exercise in, if anyone asks, just tell them that you're crippled. They won't ask questions. Tell them you're working for a charity.
Yeah, just imagine.
That was my master plan. I was like, if anyone questions whether you are drunk or high, tell them you are a cripple and use sympathy and run away quickly-ish.
Yes, because I saw a carpet just like this in a hotel, and I elected not to book a room at said hotel not that many months ago because of the carpet was being all trippy.
I saw the carpet and I was like, damn you, Valehammer. Damn you.
And so to give you guys a little bit of perspective as to what this would actually look like, imagine being really high, okay? And you're walking through a fun house. That's what it's going to do to your mind. This carpet, I'm telling you.
Yes, it's all swirly with bold black and like gray blue and then deep blue.
Yeah.
I'm guessing to mimic the ocean, which is close to Indiana. I don't know. It was like
close by,
like
it's
surely
technically connected by land. Technically.
Look, our closest beach is the shore of Lake Michigan. I mean, oh my goodness. So we are probably going to stop here because we've got a good halfway, and she does get even more crazy. But I am getting to where, like I said, it is it is insane to me how much, if you're dealing with kind of like a chronic condition, how okay, well, you're screaming because you're outside without a shirt on, using super soakers, and it's
Oh
sorry.
dear.
Just trying to
14
figure out
degrees
why my
outside.
boys were screaming, and turns out they're trying to do a water fight in winter with no shirts on.
I mean, that sounds reasonable. That sounds
You know,
like what boys would do. I mean, I'm just
I
saying.
mean, it does sound like something that my boys would think up. I'm just
Well, see, the difference, Mo, is you put an age limit on it. That's just something boys would do. Period. Like that doesn't matter if they're like 14 or if they're like 30. That's just something boys will do.
it you know, pre boy children me would not believe you, but me that's been worn down by 3 boy children just kind of keep them alive accepts it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mostly feral.
of course.
But I'm going to go make sure that they stay alive. Um, 'cause
Good
poor
idea.
Mr. Mo is dealing with strep too, so it's like, guys, your dad is tired. He has one nerve left. You know, don't test him. My kids are like, what do you mean don't test him? I'm like, whatever you're thinking of doing, don't.
Rethink it quickly. Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us. We will continue this. Uh, yes, but I am going to go make sure that all children stay alive tonight and don't test Mr. Mo to the very end of his, you know, head of strength and ability to stay out of prison.
Too funny.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for joining us, and I will see you. So next week, just a little bit of housekeeping. Monday will be normal. I will be doing probably mornings with Mo, and then going on to do something else. Tuesday, I have another infusion, so I am hoping that by Thursday next week, I'll be back to feeling okay and try to do stuff and have some things recorded. But hopefully, that's kind of what's going on. Just to give you a heads up while I'm thinking about it. Because there you go. Thanks, guys, for joining. Bye.
See ya.